Yes guys, thank you for joining me. We're back from the Hyrox World Championships in Las Vegas. Today we're going to talk about how it went. I'll show you a few clips from the opening ceremony so you can get a feel for it. And then I'm going to go through some splits and the key takeaways from that data. Not just for me, but also for you guys too. I'll talk about placements and about some of the events. If you want to find that kind of information out, you can get it from the Hyrox UK website. So go check it out. So, how was it? It was incredible. Amazing event. I mean, the support, it was actually a little bit overwhelming. Like, the amount of people that were out there. It was the World Championships. There was 22 countries of the best, all coming to this one place to battle it out. This was a race. It wasn't too focused on time. It was all about the race, and the event was incredible. It was just the way it was organised, the way it went down. Loved it. So thanks for the Hyrox staff. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for the volunteers. How did it go for me in particular? I was pleased with my overall results. I came 25th overall. I was the 7th in my age group and first sprint of the day. It's the first season for me. I've got a lot more room to grow. There's a lot more work to be done, but really pleased with how it all went. It was a race. The time was 69 minutes. Any sub 70 is good, but I wanted a lot quicker. But those US sleds are renowned for being a little bit slower. And it wasn't about that, it was about the race that day. So I am pleased overall.
3.5 minutes. So what I would like you to do for just a moment, I just want you to drop in. I want you to realize, have you ever heard that quote, be where your feet are? Guess where your feet are right now. At the World Championships in Hyrox, baby. That's where your feet are. Woo! So allow yourself to drop into all the work that you put in to be here today. All of the trainings, all of the other races that you've competed in, whether that's one of them or 5 of them, it doesn't matter, because you made it here.
Come on, Joe!
Happy Hyrox fan.
Looking at the splits, some takeaways from here. The ski, I came 95th. This wasn't fantastic, I'll be honest. I started it, and there's a key lesson to learn here. I started it and started pulling on the ski egg. It didn't feel right. Something wasn't going well, and I looked up and realised that whoever had been on it previously had let it go, and it had gone up and spun round the top and got caught. This probably should have been clocked by a judge or something, and I was pulling on a machine that was wrapped around the top of it. Don't get me wrong, I didn't do it for long. I knew it didn't feel right, so in the heat of the moment, I couldn't quite work out what was going on until I clocked it. So I unravelled it and carried on, cracked on, got it done. It's not the end of the world. I think the key takeaway here is don't panic. It's not always going to go exactly to plan, but take a breath, we maintain our composure, we crack on. There's nothing you can do about it at that moment in time, so no point spitting the dummy out, pull the rope, keep working hard. Overall, I was actually quite pleased with the ski. It wasn't a bad time, kept in the mix, carried on. Into the sled push. Now, they're renowned for being slow. However, I felt pretty strong on the sled push this day. I worked really hard on it, and it paid off. I went in, I felt pretty strong there. This was a positive from the event. The sled pull, however, different story. I didn't lose any time here. It came with a good group of guys, and we all came in. We all were pretty slow. It was about 6 minutes for myself in particular, and people didn't come in and leave before me. We all kind of came in at the same time. We all struggled in this area, and in the group that I was with. and that was it. It was just, they are heavier, they did feel slower, they didn't move as smoothly. For me, a key takeaway is I need to go and work on this. This is something that I need to spend some time on. I know I can pull that kind of weight. I've hit this a couple of times now, so there clearly is an issue there, and it's something that I can't rely on the sled. I need to know that I can pull that no matter what happens. If it's a slow sled in America, I get a dud sled in the UK, or it's a great sled in Europe somewhere, and I have a fantastic split in another race. I'd rather be in that position instead of being worried about getting to the sled and it not moving. So it's something I'm going to focus on, it's something I'm going to take away out, and I think it's definitely something to work on. Jumping to something a bit more positive, I went to the road station. The road for me, I used it as a bit of recovery. However, I was 44th. It's not a bad split overall. I kept it steady, I had competitors next to me. I knew I was comfortable, I knew I was rolling within myself, I was trying to catch my breath, and I could see I was still pulling a little bit quicker than the guys on either side of me. So this was a positive. Moving into the farmer's carry, not a positive. It was a twisty course. We had to do quite a few turns. It was difficult. However, no excuse, I was 137th on this. This set me back. It's not a long event, so you don't lose a lot of time, but as I said, this is a race. So I'm not pleased with this part of the race. However, I gave it everything I had at the time. So this is a key takeaway for me. I know I need to go and work on that. You know, grip strength, shoulder strength, start putting it into play and working out how I take that next step forward to make sure it's not holding me back. What went well overall? A real positive for me on the day was I came 14th in the run. So I'm really pleased with that. My background is running, but it's not something I've been doing a lot of the last few years due to tearing a calf. So I'm glad that that speed is coming back. I'm glad that that endurance is there. I know it's something I'm going to continue to work on, and I know I've got more room to grow in that. But in that field, I'll take it all day. The 8K overall took me 32 minutes. Leading up to the event, a few things went well as well. Got there on the Tuesday, the race was the Saturday. It's an 8-hour time difference. I needed that time to get used to the climate. I needed that time to get over the jet lag. So that's something to consider when going to different races abroad. Hydration, as I say, it was a climate issue. It was AC was everywhere, but it was so dry. It was so humid. I never felt like I needed more water during an event. So I had prepared, and for my try days we used to take salt sticks. So I took one every day in the lead up to try and make sure I could hold off the cramp, which I did, and that's something that you should probably factor in depending on where you're racing and have a little look at if it's going to be necessary. I was also pleased with my recovery and my taper. Considering I raced London 2 weeks before, it was then about time to recover, get a couple of key sessions in, and then start to feel fresh and build into that period and peaking for the event. I felt like that all went well, I timed it correctly, and I'm pleased with the overall result there. What's next? So it's now the off season for Hyrox, with my next focus being Birmingham in October, so plenty of time to get some work done. If you're looking to set some goals and you want some guidance, check out my website and we'll get you all set up to crush that next race. For me, it's time to go back to the drawing board, take the lessons I've learned and step it up. Guys, I really appreciated you joining me. If you've enjoyed the content, hit the like button, the subscribe button, drop me a comment. I can't wait to catch you next time.